Hello, my name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report, and you're watching a video series entitled, Do Rollups Make the End User the Loser? Now, before we decide if rollups are good or bad for the industry, we kind of have to understand a couple fundamentals. And the first thing is that really when you think about it, a business is neither good nor bad. It's a neutral entity. It really comes down to what the business does and the impact it has on the industry and on the people in the industry. That really dictates whether it's good results or bad results. And remember that a business is beholden to four stakeholders. And so, really, the employees who work in the business, the decisions they make, and how they fulfill the expectations of those four stakeholders really dictates the results. And the second thing is you have to identify who the four stakeholders are in any business. And they can be categorized as customers, suppliers, lenders, and either shareholders or ownership, depending on how the business is structured. So you can see that depending on what is prioritized by the people who work in the business to fulfill the needs of those stakeholders, depending on what's prioritized, depending on what's done, really dictates whether something is good or bad. Therefore, it's not companies that use roll-ups themselves as a business model that are inherently bad. That doesn't really exist. But it's the motivation behind the roll-up and the impact it has that really would be the deciding factor on whether it's something that's good for our industry or not. Now, in video one, we defined what a roll-up was, and we talked about how the motivation behind roll-ups is typically to achieve economy of scale. Now, let's define economy of scale. It is a proportionate savings in costs gained by an increased level of production. So when we think about it, we have a small independently owned parts store, and they have only so much buying power, and they have only so much resources available to them to streamline their operations. A roll-up comes along and buys them and acquires them, and now they have the ability to buy not just for one location, but perhaps for hundreds of locations. So then there's cost savings in buying in bulk and in more volume. Also, these companies have become very good at creating efficient ways of doing business where they can streamline costs even further. A good example of this is in each individually owned location, you may have one person assigned to accounts payable and receivable, but in a larger group that's part of a roll-up, now you might have one person that's responsible for several locations and is able to do the work that all those individual people used to do. And therefore, it is more efficient. One person can get more done. And so that brings the cost of operation down. In the next video of this series, we're going to answer the question, who benefits from all of this and what impact does that have on the industry? If you'd like to see all the videos in this series, comment below and I'll make sure that you get the information. My name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report. Thank you for watching this video.
You can watch our next video. Make sure to click the like button, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.